Deep in the ocean, an orca pod is on the hunt. But these aren't your average orcas. These guys are organized.
Marketing team, did you get those social media posts scheduled for the SEAL migration?
Aye, Captain. We even have an automated notification for all pod managers when they go live.
They use Monday.com to keep their teamwork sharp, their communication clear, and their goals in sight. Monday.com. For whatever you run, even orcas. Go to Monday.com to dive deeper.
Well, I don't see the point in waiting any longer. So let's bring her out. A star attraction. The one you came to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Miss Judy Gold.
So, when you start writing, right, you have a very good work ethic about writing.
I think so.
Yeah. Which I sit in therapy, and because I have so much I want to write about.
Yeah.
It's just the fucking ADD of like.
I get that too. I just get flooded.
Yeah, and I feel like I need an office, and like my desk is in my living room because it's. I mean, once my last child leaves, like I have 9 kids, like I'm like the
studio / right?
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Oh, I just want money. All right, money. All right, so you end up. What year do you end up writing for Chelsea?
Yeah, so that was 2008. So things were going really bad. I'd been in LA like 8 years. I've been doing comedy for like 10 or 11.
Right.
Which isn't long
That's
at all.
nothing.
It's nothing.
That's
but
baby.
There's things are happening for other people. That starts to happen.
Oh, no, I've never. Wait, what happens? Like, so you start with someone and you work harder than them, but they get things?
Yeah. Have you ever
What?
I know, it's very rare in comedy. It's very rare.
Wait a minute. So someone who's not as talented and doesn't work that hard can get a part.
Is it like a guy?
Like white guy? White?
Very rare, but like flannel shirts.
Yes. Oh my God! Wait. So wait, it's a white guy, and wait, does he talk about porn?
And masturbating.
Oh my God! And he gets more work than Oh my God!
Because see, my point of view would be too.
I can't believe that happened to you.
Well, because see, my point of view would be too female.
Well, no,
this is very universal.
And wait, and so so he could talk about anything, but you.
Anything I say
is like filthy and horrible and oh my God, I can't believe you had that experience.
It's weird, very rare in comedy.
Wait, that's so weird. And like you could watch them do their specials and they could do each other's jokes because they're so fucking okay.
Yeah. Well, but that's a good thing. It's like every woman I know is so fucking fiercely unique that like, no one can take it away from her.
Right.
And like what I say to all the young girls starting is they're like, there's 10 guys, they all flannel shirts, they're all talking about masturbating. I'm like, none of them will last, and you will because they're not being challenged.
Right.
So maybe 1 or 2 will. But anyway, so I'm just doing spots all over town. UCB Theater is really helpful for me having like a resurgence of. I tried to be a punchline setup comic because I
you can't fucking do that if you.
I felt like that Jeff Singer idiot from Comedy Central told me back in the Luna days. You're not gonna make it if you don't do.
Now I've known Jeff Singer for quite a long time. He has the largest head. I mean, have you ever seen anyone with a bigger head? He is the biggest. No, I'm saying literally. His head is big. Like
I couldn't get into Aspen or any of those festivals, and I wrote one woman show. I was like trying my hardest, and everyone was just like, I'm like, I'm not that weird. So
but unless they can pigeonhole you and say she's this kind of comic,
and I wrote a whole special called "I'm Gonna Panic Like It's 1999" about my parents and the end of the world. They're like, you don't get it. I'm like, what don't you get? Is the funniest thing.
Right, go fuck yourselves. All right.
So I go on, and I'm starting to get really like depressed, and I'm like, you know what? I made a decision. So then I stopped working at Lifetime.
That's so weird.
I go back to temp. I get cast on like this show that Dan Harmon ran called Acceptable TV, this tiny sketch show on VH1. And it paid so little I had to also do like side jobs.
Right.
And
don't you love when you're on TV and people are like think you're fucking billionaire?
Yeah. And Jack
you're
Black
like
was like part of it too. So I'm doing scenes with him, and then I'm going home at night and I'm transcribing home makeover shows.
Right. Jack Black, by the way, did an episode of All American Girl with Margaret Cho, and was like asking Margaret, like, what's up with Judy Gold? I'd like to go on a date with her or something.
Thank God
Humble brag.
I'm a lesbo.
Oh, right.
So is he.
I forgot.
So, so they were like, no, not happening.
I kind of do, I like any guy that likes a funny woman.
Yeah.
So I like that he was into you.
Yeah. I love him. All right.
Anyway, so
That's
whatever.
cute.
So then I'm like getting depressed. I'm like, well, that didn't lead to anything. And then I just start temping again. I'm literally working at like a law company filing things, and I think they think I'm like mentally
Wait,
slow.
and mention you need to teach the young kids who are listening what filing is. Donya, do you know what filing is?
Yeah,
Like with the
papers.
filing cabinet? You do?
I don't know why there was filing.
Alan,
in
my brother.
2007. I mean, it wasn't,
Yeah.
but they would look at me like I was like challenged, and they'd
Right.
go like, "Good, you do that fast." I'm like, "Oh God," I was making like $15 an hour. I was like engaged at the time.
Right.
I'm like, "What if?"
Who were you engaged to?
Very Irish Catholic guy from Boston.
Name.
Neil. I won't say his last name. We got divorced because
O'Malley.
I was never into him.
Right.
It's a big mistake.
Did you feel like you had to get married? That's why you were.
No, I just didn't know what else to do with myself. But
That's what Panina did too, my sister-in-law.
Yeah, I just like was like, well, I guess
Yeah.
I'll do this. And maybe
I guess I'll marry Alan.
provide some security in my life that had no security and
Right.
stability. But I'm like doing all that, and then my manager, I did have a manager, and she was like, "Oh, they were representing Greg Barron at the time when his book came out. He's just at
Right.
the interview." And I went on his opening act,
Yeah.
and on a couple road gigs. Of course, you
Yeah.
break even, so I didn't make money, but I
Right.
learned how to be on stage
Right.
for 25 minutes, 30
Right.
minutes in
Right.
front of club crowds. Before
That's
only
why
been
I
5 to
went.
10.
I was one of the only women from New York who went on the road because I was like, I need to know how to be on stage for 30 to 45 minutes
Yeah.
with non-New Yorkers,
What really helped me too was like I had done a lot of producing my own stuff at UCB, so I'd be like, can I have a 30-minute spot once every 2 weeks? And I
Right.
would do half hours.
Right.
But again, it was just for people
Right.
like me. So on the road, it was like at least I had the skill of I did it, but
Right.
then I had to learn how to talk to these people. And
Right.
It started to go okay.
Right.
Long story short, I just didn't know what I was going to do. Decided if I just do this as a hobby, I'll be happy. Like I guess
Right.
it's not going to work for me. I'm not going to get paid ever.
Right.
And then my manager was like, "Oh, this show Chelsea lately. I'd never heard of it." And I'm like, "I'm not writing on a pop culture show. I don't." I'm like, and I did have a moment of like,
Right, because you
put
hate
it out
pop.
in
Yeah.
put it out in the universe.
The universe is trying to tell you something.
Well, I think
yeah.
it's sort of like just say yes to everything because
Right.
if someone likes your thing. I couldn't. They liked the packet. I came in for an interview.
What did you put in your right now? A lot of people don't know when you are
basically
applying
write
for
a
a show.
Yeah.
You have to write that You have to send them. It's not like you go in and they're like, "Oh, she's funny. Let's hire
No,
her
I
as
had
a
to write,
writer."
like, 2 monologues
You
in
have to
Chelsea's
write.
voice, which is so hard. when
Right.
you've never
You
met
have
the
to.
person.
You have to actually do the work that you would be doing at
Yeah.
the job.
And wrote 20 jokes about
Right.
this or that, so I got a bunch
Right.
of Us Weeklies, and I'm
Right.
doing it. I'm sure it wasn't funny. They liked it enough to have me in, and then when they had me in, like
Right.
Chelsea likes people that intrigue her, that she can't figure out, that she can kind of make fun of. Like
Right.
it has a very Howard Stern show
Right.
energy. So
Really? Where'd she get that idea? I didn't.
she,
Yeah.
had me in, and like I had a really bad haircut, and I looked like Rachel Maddow, and they were
It's
like,
Maddow. Did you know
is?
that? Yes,
Who
it's
said
like
that?
she did. It's like shadow. You like following your shadow.
When she stops
It's
doing
Maddow.
so many jokes, I'll take her seriously. I cannot stand the humor.
No,
of
I can't.
Stacey.
First of all, here's the Rachel
It's
Maddow.
so
I love
smart.
Rachel,
I do too.
but
It's
she's
something
such
I
a nerd that because she's nerdy.
Because she's nerdy.
Yes.
It's not because she's trying to be smart. She's like,
No.
and this banging on the table. That is her fucking nerdy sense of humor.
But I can see where people would.
Right, and they're all like, "She's too smug." I'm like, "No, she's really that nerdy."
She's a dork.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
excited.
She gets excited about this stupid thing. She's not doing it to be
No,
like.
I know.
She's very genuine. She.
Passing it off between her and Lawrence, like, stop joking.
I can't. No, that. Oh wait, can we just talk about this one thing?
Yeah.
Like, with Chris Hayes, it's like,
I
"Hey,
can't
Rachel."
stand him.
Yeah, Rachel. Here. Rachel Maddow, and then she goes, "Thank you, my friend," and then they go. That's it.
Yeah, great.
Then the fucking what is that fucking love fest with Lawrence O'Donnell? Because I feel like it's perfunctory for her. Like I don't feel like she really wants to. I think it's
And I don't feel
I
like
think
he's
she-
into it either. It's just
no. I feel like he's like, "Hey Rachel, aren't I great? I really need your support to keep this job. Just letting you know that I'm really smart as well. And this is what we're going to be talking about. Like it's such a fake, phony relationship.
like
Do
it.
No?
No, I
Don't you
I feel
think?
the same thing.
It's that 1 or 2 minutes where I feel like she's going, "Oh, shut the fuck up. I just want to get the fuck out of here."
It seems like
Oh,
it's the
I don't
producers
feel that
or
from
something.
her for some reason, but
Really? Do you
something's
watch
weird.
Rachel Maddow? No. Why? So you don't know the whole Rachel Maddow.
Correct, and I will now.
What
Okay.
If it's Maddow,
That's why I know.
Maddow, like shadow.
and I say Maddow.
Me.
Yeah, and everyone says Maddow, and it's Maddow. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
La. So
All right. So you go in.
Picks on me. I guess I react properly.
Right.
They have me. I had my foot on the chair like this.
Okay.
Like this.
Now.
That's why I got the job.
Okay. Now here we are. I worked.
Well, no, I got it because this guy Brad, that was like her underling, that was way too serious.
Brad?
For the job. Yeah. Good Jew.
Brad, red hair.
Yeah.
I love Brad. I did
Brad.
pop TV.
Yeah. Well, he was more like, I'm very serious. And he was like, I don't know. My friend wants the job. And Jen had her foot on the chair. Is that professional? And Chelsea was like, fuck you. Jen gets the job.
Yay.
Yay. Right.
So I get the job, and then I start writing, and then I realize, like, get over yourself. Everybody here doesn't like pop culture. It's a fucking job. You loser. Shut up.
Right.
And then we start to be able to get on the show and do whatever.
Which is awesome.
Which was, I didn't realize how awesome it was going to be. And I kept thinking in the back of my head, I have to work for Daily Show. That way I get a smart audience. And I look back now, if I'd ever I sent them packets, I got close ones. If I'd ever been hired on Daily Show, it would have fucked my stand-up because the audience would have seen me being political Daily Show, and then they would have come to see me, and I'm like, I'm divorced, I don't have kids, and they would have been like, what's this?
Right.
Whereas with Chelsea, even though I'm not going to talk about Lindsay Lohan in my stand-up, you felt who I was.
Right. You had a point of view.
Yeah,
they saw your point of view.
I was
okay.
exactly where I needed to be to build an audience, and then that was it.
I'm not a gossip at all, but I have heard, like through the grapevine that not a great place to work.
It wasn't, and it wasn't Chelsea's fault so much.
The cleaning lady's coming, and I have to let her in.
Can you let her in via your phone? Oh, you have to go.
Future.
Wait, you can't badger me until I ask you for... This is Elisa. Mm-hmm. You can't badger me until I answer your fucking question. We have such a good relationship.
Oh, I thought you were saying that to me. Am I badgering you?
Stop badgering her.
It's,
cool, man.
Wait, sorry, we're taking a little...
That's all right.
It's by
Should I sing or
the
something?
Oh, that'd
leather
be great.
chair.
Did you do musical theater at all?
I did. I only...
You sound like you have a singing voice. I don't know.
Oh, that's so sweet. I don't. I have like a character singing voice.
Oh, those are the best ones.
Okay,
though.
done.
But I don't think I have it anymore. I don't have the range.
You've got a karaoke voice.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
That's fun.
I like that you say it efficiently.
You know what? I'm from Hawaii, and that's one of the things that I can't get out of my...
And you say Hawaii.
I do. Yeah, I can't
I
say
like it.
Hawaii or...
Okay,
But if
so...
I were to say Hawaii, I would sound like a dickwad.
I think you sound correct when you say
Hawaii.
But it
Are you
sounds-
standing because you're
sounds a
sick of
little
sitting?
That sounds mean.
Oh, all right. Okay,
Sorry, yeah.
so, Jen...
Towards the end.
So here's my Chelsea Handler stories.
Okay.
I always thought I'd be great on that show,
Yes.
but she never wanted me. And someone said once, because Bob Reed used to be my manager in the 90s, that now you know me.
Yeah.
Have I ever been mean to a female comic?
No, I'm certainly not.
No.
I did my shitty show.
Right. So I am like that. I had met her before, and I wasn't. I'm like, that's not me at all. So I don't know.
I've never heard her say anything about you, but also it's so funny to me that it got back to people that she even had an opinion about who should be on
Right,
the show.
because I was like, I don't even remember her.
She wasn't all up in the business of the show. You know what I mean? Like, if she really liked someone, she would find them interesting because their ass looked weird and like put them on the round table. It never made any sense.
Right. So, but I heard the working environment there.
Yeah.
That was there's certain shows, and there's one show on the air right now where there's a rumor of a very bad working environment. But that I always, because I thought she's a woman, she's in late night, she's great, Yeah. I want that to be fucking successful. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I did too. Well, I think what happened was I was there for a long time, so it couldn't have been, I sort of got into the Stockholm syndrome of like, the environment was so crazy looking back, but I was like, it's normal. I left for a year to write on an NBC sitcom, and I felt like
what sitcom?
Perfect Couples. The guys that like had done Friends and Joey.
Right.
It was cute, but it was a misfire, whatever.
Right.
But I felt like I stepped into working for a bank. I didn't know how straight-laced the writers' rooms of sitcoms were.
Forget it.
Rich
I know.
That it was like they drive the Range Rover. They go, "How about this plot idea? Someone buys a $5,000 refrigerator." I'm like, "That's not relatable." They're like, "It's not," and they just sit and they talk about their kids, and I'm like, "What's happening?"
Right.
So I was like, I'm used to Chelsea lately, where it's like we're grabbing each other's asses. Everyone's like, "Fuck you, cunt." It's like craziness.
Right.
I worked with all stand-ups at Chelsea. No one in the room was a stand-up, and they were all like,
"No boundaries." Yes.
Like, why are you writing if you're a stand-up? I'm like, because I don't have a fucking audience. Like, I left Chelsea right at the point where I should have stayed. And then I was like, I'm so unhappy, and I gained all this weight. And I got
why? What do you mean you left when you should have stayed?
It was right at the tipping point of the show. It was getting Daily Show ratings. It was huge. I was beginning to tour with there was about to be a tour called the Comedians of Chelsea Lately, where
right.
Whatever. But I could have started headlining clubs. It was like, and then these guys from NBC like saw my stand up and wanted to have lunch with me.
And we're like, "You need to write for Perfect Couples."
Yeah, and they're like, "You can just have."
Did they have a theme song? Perfect Couples?
I forget.
Perfect couples are perfect couples. Yeah.
You gotta write more jingles.
I know. We're a perfect couple. We get along. We have sex twice a week. 'Cause we're perfect couples. Yeah.
Couples.
On NBC. They hired me over lunch, and my agent was like, "That never happens. Nobody gets a sitcom job." And I'm like, "Yes, it does all the time if you're the staff writer that's supposed to be there to be funny."
Right.
Anyway, so I let them kind of bully me into, I'm not with these agents anymore, into leaving Chelsea. They're like, "That's no good."
They just want the fucking money.
Yeah, but
because they're perfect couples and you get along and we have sex and you're the man and I'm the woman. Yeah.
I need more money at Chelsea, but they were like, "This is opportunity to be more money because then next year you'll do this and then you'll kill yourself."
Yeah, it's all about how much commission there are. Because you are a perfect couple, yeah. And we get along, we have a house and 2 cars, yeah. Go ahead.
But I was like, I'm so miserable. And I stayed in touch with the producers of Chelsea. And I was like, "Guys, I really miss it." But I didn't want to come back because I'd always managed to stay on Chelsea's good side. And then they asked me to come back.
Did people get on Chelsea's bad side?
Yeah, but you have no idea how you would get on it. It's just she's
like a cat.
She's a celebrity, and she's on a hair trigger sometimes in terms of what would annoy her or what wouldn't,
right?
And so I think she just didn't want anyone kissing her ass, and she didn't want anyone.
And she likes to drink and party, and
Well, so when I came back,
so you don't know how she's going to be feeling.
Everything had changed.
Right. It's not perfect anymore. It was perfect before, and now it's not. Yeah, perfect couples.
But it was good. We could start touring, and I wrote books, and I did this, so it was it did help my career. My agents were totally
right.
But unfortunately, because Chelsea wanted to be less and less involved and was starting to think that it was stupid to talk about celebrities, and she was just feeling like an idiot for having that show. I'm
done with pop culture, yeah. I need to make a difference in the world with my perfect couple, yeah.
Pop.
Our producers started to play some games that they were just inexperienced people, and they kind of would throw us under the bus to her. And so the environment was not because of Chelsea.
Right.
It was because of their reaction to her. It was kind of like watching codependents do shit that you're like, so the game,
we want to please Chelsea and get the accolades, but we're not gonna get it because she's not into it. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be they'd be so afraid to picture something. I'd come in and be like, "Chelsea doesn't want to talk about pop culture. Well, here's a good hybrid topic that sounds smart." And I'd be like, everyone's talking about this. She needs to. Mariah Carey just, became trans. Everyone's talking about it, And
I knew it.
And she'd be like, and our bosses would be like, "Why is that funny?" And I'm like, "You don't ask that in a comedy room. What would change you guys?"
Right.
And I'd be like, well, they'd be like, "Then you pitch her."
Right.
But she would start coming in later and later. So it'd be like, now I have to wait outside her office.
I have a hangover I can't come in till later. Okay. Yeah.
I will say it was not hangover stuff. It was busy shit.
I'm really busy and popular now, so fuck you. You better have the shit done when I get in. Yeah.
So I go to her and I go, "Hey, I'm just pitching you this idea," and she just stare at me and go, "Okay." All
right, I'll do you and you be her. We're gonna do a scene.
I would be the only one that wasn't afraid of her.
Okay. Yeah. What?
What, Jenny? Oh,
No, I'm her. Yeah, Jenny, what?
You just switched, right? Yeah.
You did switch it. Mariah Carey.
Wait, all right. You're Chelsea.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not going to be
okay.
anything
All right.
to me. Hey,
no,
Jenny.
all right. Hey, listen, I have a really good idea. Mariah Carey is going trans, and she actually.
What's that shirt you're wearing?
What, you don't like it? I got it at the Gap.
Oh.
So she.
Are you still fucking that guy, or what's your life like now?
Well, I broke up with Bob and John and Johnny Bob. I don't know. I'm not into fucking.
I don't care. Do it.
Really? No, I'm just. Did you know that Mariah Carey she's getting surgery? They're going to do it online.
Can you, that's what it would be. And then she would get the cards on the thing, and sometimes our bosses would have their own ideas about what she would like.
I love that scene.
Up the topics,
right?
And she'd be on the air going, "What? I don't want to fucking do this."
Oh,
and
right.
It was always their idea,
right?
And then they would never tell. And then she'd be like, "Guys, stop giving me these stories about a guy farts on a hamburger," and we'd be like. We didn't want to be like, well, we didn't put that in there. The producers that don't.
Why does my hamburger smell like shit? I guess someone farted on it. Oh yeah.
But it was also a great environment. It's like she took us on trips to Cabo on private jets. Like
right.
It was. There's no complaints. It was an insane world of its own
right.
thing. And I think, unfortunately, what I was happy about when it ended and when I was ready to move on about was actually the way the producers behaved, not her.
Right.
I mean, I'm not dumb. I'm writing for a personality who's a wild person, which I think is fine. I mean, all the men get to be. You know?
Right.
Oh, she's great. Yeah.
So I'm like, my issue was never her. Now, would she be my favorite person to hang out with? No, I was always like one time we went to a Duran Duran concert together. I don't even like them. She asked me if I wanted to go. She had tickets. We're in the SUV.
All right, let's do the scene. What are you doing later?
Nothing. I'm going to the Pilates.
No, you're her. I'm you. God damn it. All right, scene.
Hey, Jen.
Hey,
you're coming to Duran Duran tonight. Sarah's going to, so I'll just have my driver pick you up.
What time?
I don't know. Just go deal with my assistant.
Okay.
Okay, so then, she picks me up in her car.
Okay.
And we're going there, and she's like,
that was a bad scene.
She goes, that was good. She goes, do you have the tickets? I go, no, why would I? She goes, Chelsea, not everyone works for you. I'm like your friend and
yeah.
The tickets are at will call. So we get out and I'm like, there's paparazzi waiting. I'm like, I'll go figure out where the tickets are. And then
she's like, can you do it?
Wait.
She wasn't like that. She was more just out of it. You
right.
know? So then we get into the thing and there's people in our seats. I'm like, can you move? She's like, oh my God, you're so embarrassing. I'm like, well, they're in our seats.
Right.
So then we sit down and then afterwards we go backstage. We have so much fun. We trash Simon LeBon's room, drink their stuff. And then the next day, I'm thinking we had the best time. The next day at the table, she's like, Jen, do you want to tell everyone how weird you were last night? I'm like, what? I thought I was the most fun ever. She's like, Jen's like, oh my God. She's like a little flashlight. She's looking at the seats and these people were in our, she was accusing people of being in our seats. I'm like, but they were. And she's like, Jen was crazy last night. And then my bosses who are it's very Howard Stern. Instead of just going, that doesn't sound that weird, Chelsea, or oh, cool. And then they're like, oh my God, Jen's crazy.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, so it wasn't her. It was them.
It's them jumping on the bandwagon so they can lick her asshole in the anal area.
So Chelsea always, and so with me, it's I never had to lie to her. I would say to her face, why do you think that's crazy? You're the weirdest person I've ever met. You're crazy. We had a great, honest relationship, but these dudes would just fucking ruin it every time. And so just anytime they needed a laugh or an ass kiss, they'd throw us under the bus with Jen's crazy or this person's that became my thing. I'm crazy. I'm like, what? I literally don't understand why in this environment I'm the crazy person.
Did that affect her view of you, do you think, kind of in the midst of everything?
No.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. So you leave that show.
The show ends. It's
done, over. What?
It ends on my 40th birthday, and I skipped the last episode because I got a gig in Sweden. I'm like, sorry, gotta go.
Did you go to Stockholm?
I went to Lund and did shows there.
Okay,
and then I went to Stockholm for fun. Because
I got asked to go to Stockholm in April. They're bringing Jewish culture. So it's Adam Gopnik from the New Yorker. They asked me to come and speak about Jewish comedy. But I mean, there's so much anti-Semitism.
Are you going?
Yes.
Are you sure it's not a plot to round up all the Jews?
No, I met the woman she's great.
She's a German saying.
I know.
So
it's really weird how much German.
But the Jews there, she was telling me, because she was Israeli, but now she lives there. She was telling me that the Jew. Oh, by the way, I can't believe I'm not fucking. But she was saying that the Jews there, don't want everyone to know they're Jewish. Like, it's really bad there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like they're like, no, I'm not. They just hide it, or
anti-Semites, like
in the southern area of Sweden. Yeah.
That's where I was. I felt very comfortable there.
You did, because you're Jen Kirkman, not a Jew, because you're part of perfect couples. Yeah. Okay. So you've written 2 books.
Yeah. And that happened because of Chelsea.
Right. Do you talk to Chelsea still?
No, but not in a bad way, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
She's texted me like a few times, like right after the show, and like, come to this party, come to that, and I never would, but it was always like, I'm about to go on a plane somewhere. And then I think she's just like, okay, whatever. But I'll get a weird email from her out of the blue or a text, and like we're totally fine. She's mentioned me on her show.
Right.
But she's not like an intimate, hey, one-on-one, let's get dinner. Right. So if you hang out with her, it's a night of a big party and a whole
So like
a cat.
It's like I worked for Rosie, and I'm still friends with Rosie, and
she loves you. I saw it.
Okay. Anyway,
it's cute.
So, but it's like these people, I don't know, you probably get this too. They're like, hey, do you think you could call, you think they want you for something?
Yes.
And then they do hey, we're doing this benefit. It's going to be this. Do you know how I could get in touch with her? I'm like, done. I'm never fucking talking to you again.
It's so disgusting. I know it happen to me all the time. Or just like they would say yes to an interview with me for something, and then they'd want to ask about Chelsea's personal life. I'm like, I literally don't have any info for you.
Right, and I'm, but it's like I was a producer writer on the Rosie O'Donnell Show in 1996, 7, and 8.
She was still in the closet. No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's still like. She wrote for the Rosie O'Donnell. I'm like, it's 20 fucking years ago. I've done more things.
Yeah, totally.
Stop.
It's because you won Emmys for that. People are like, oh, Emmys.
Whatever.
Emmys.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
So
yeah.
I am. All right. There was a couple things I really want to talk to you about before we have to have lunch. Number one.
I know
feminism. Feminism.
Yes.
Okay. So I've discussed this on the show often. That my idea of feminism is not going on stage and talking like a guy.
Right. And I had to unlearn that years.
Right. So
years,
it's doing who your act.
You.
And that's it. That's it. Just being who you are.
Yeah.
Not, I'm going to talk about my clit and da-da-da-da-da.
No.
I mean, if that's part of who you are, then talk about it. You know what I mean? But, okay.
Right.
So
it's living like a man. In other words, not double thinking, overthinking what you're doing.
No, it should be living like a woman,
living like a
and
woman,
that's fine.
But living
and it's equal.
Have lived
like
right,
walking outside the door, not feeling scared for your life.
Yeah, I mean that's never gonna happen. But
right. So you're 43.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have a good up until 50, and then you're gonna go. What? Wait, what? I'm not relevant anymore. I know, and I'm at 55. Never been funnier. I mean, like I have so much material. It's. But if I was, I'm not Greg Proops. Yeah. I'm not, Louis Black, who's older than me. Like these people's it never ends. Louis and
Louis will come back.
Yes, absolutely. it's just so fucking fucked up. And I don't want to be that person who's like, oh, I'm a woman. Or, I don't know why I'm talking.
Glamour Magazine just emailed me, do you want to write about being a woman in comedy? I'm like, no, I actually don't. I just want to be a woman in comedy. I don't want to write about harassment or this and that because it sounds like I thought to start complaining about it rather than I was asked to write it.
But it's also like, I wrote a piece about Louis. It's like, stop.
So good.
Thank you. But stop blaming the women. Like, why are you focusing on how the woman reacted instead of the fact that behavior is there in the fucking first place? Like, why do you think it's okay?
Yeah.
To that. Listen, I
You know what, my friend? Do you listen to the Jackie and Laurie show? Jackie, Keisha, and Laurie Martin.
Oh yeah, I love them.
They were talking on their podcast the other day, and I was screaming at the radio. They were saying,
you're a little. That's so 1975.
They
Go
were
ahead.
saying that lovely guys. They were recently at a gig. Dana Gould and someone else were talking about how they're dating younger women and all this.
Right.
And it's like more. I'm like, okay, so they're not talking about masturbation and secretly jerking off in front of people, but it's more that I'm self-aware about the privilege and the horrible thing I'm perpetuating, and I'm going to do comedy about it.
Right.
And it's like, I don't care. I don't like that world where as I get older, if I decided I wanted a relationship, I don't have a lot of choices because people don't like people my age or older. Whether I look young or not, I'm not, and you can tell when you hang out with me that I'm not 22.
Right.
And so there's this.
Have you had any cosmetic surgery?
I swear to God, no.
What the fuck? So fucking annoying.
I have a line right here that I've had Botox on my forehead.
Okay, that's having Botox.
That's true, but nothing on my eyes, and I don't have wrinkles on my forehead.
Did you go in the sun as a young child?
No, no. My mother.
Don't you wish you could take back all that sunbathing?
I'll show you a picture of my mother.
Her skin
I
is
took a
flawless.
picture of her eye. She's 80. She doesn't have wrinkles here. She just has a little neck.
Right.
So, but I've been using Strivectin for 20 years.
What's Strivectin?
It's like a hardcore wrinkle cream. But they also say people who had adult acne, it's just you either get wrinkles or adult acne. And I had cystic and Accutane and retinols on my face. I was using
so you've had like layers of skin burned off your face.
Probably, yeah. But,
okay.
But so anyway, I just like that whole thing of like, so these guys, it's that kind of sexism where it's like, if I were 50-something talking about I'm dating a 30-year-old guy, it would just be so, and it should be disgusting to people, but it's not disgusting when men are doing it. And
yeah, my ex is, with the 33-year-old, so it's, and I feel like
that's weird.
That's not a perfect couple, but they seem to be happy, and it's none of my business. Yeah.
But I just think like you're saying, you're never funnier. I feel the same way. Like
I'm never funnier. Hey now, ding dong. Yeah.
I feel I'm never funnier too in a way, and I'm all this stuff, and I'm like, this is so. I don't mean unfair because it's not supposed to be fair, but it's like if I were a dude, I know how. Like, and I'm whatever, and then we would just work harder. It's like, no, I can't work any harder than working. Like, it's just. Culturally, people have to start learning to listen to women as though they're people.
But also that TV shows and that, things seen through a woman's point of perspective are just as, if not more fascinating than some fucking guy and his fucking experience. Well, that's what it's like. No, your experience is not the experience. Like, fuck you, okay?
And I even remember being like, and so all this, the problem isn't Louis jerking off in front of people, it's all the spawns of his comedy he created that are doing all that same kind of material now.
Right.
And it's like,
now you've been interviewed about rape jokes, which is so fucking annoying.
I don't care.
You can make a joke about anything. It just has to be a good joke. You know what I mean?
Well,
like if you're, there nothing's off base.
Yeah.
But if you're going to do something about the Holocaust or rape or terrorism or something like that, it's got to be the fucking best joke in the entire world.
Well, I had a joke in my special, and see, this is where I don't like men changing the conversation. Like, well, because men did rape jokes for no reason, now women can't. No. We're the ones that should be doing it because we've been raped or we could.
Right.
And I know men, some do, blah, blah, who cares?
Right.
Okay, so I had a joke in my special about going to Italy, and one of the things I had to research was, like, what part do you get raped in less? Like, Milan is better than Venice, or don't go to here. And I said that, and I said, there's no other way to put it. I'm going to say sexually touched, and these guys in the audience booed me during my special. I go, nah. Like, I stopped it, and I'm like, you shut the fuck up.
It's not about you, you fuck.
I'll stop saying rape when everyone stops raping everybody. So
right.
You should go work towards that.
Yeah.
Don't boo me.
Amen. 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 Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
But then with the Louis stuff, when people, what can I do? What can I do to be a better ally to women? I go, buy our fucking art.
Right. Hire us.
We should
hire us.
Fucking tour dates.
Right.
Fill Madison Square Garden. Fuck you. We're just as fucking funny.
Right. I know.
Me in there.
No, but it's true.
And a woman who's a killer is so much tougher than a man because she's had pushback.
100,000%.
Hello.
I have been raised as a female artist, and I absolutely.
Well, that worked out well.
I would say I'm ahead of the men, though, in my field because I've been trained as a female. I've been trained as a woman. I've been trained as a dancer, as a woman, as a singer, as a performer, as everything else. You know, it's like we're just sharpening women to. To evolve. Which
when we become dominant, we're all going to be sucky and average.
I feel like I'm here fighting for, theater work and this, and I do think, I would love to go on tour with a couple of other women, and because I never get to work, we never get to work together.
No, because there's one of us on every
right.
show.
It's like, and if it's three women, it's exactly. And we need to fucking do the same shit like that these guys did.
Let's go on a fuck you, I'm a feminist.
Yes. Fuck you feminist tour. Yeah.
That'll get a mixed audience.
Can I just tell you really quick? I had a late show idea, and I went and met with this network. And the guy, and I literally, we said 50 times.
Network, Jews own the media. Go.
I said it's a late night comedy idea. I did the monologue that I would do. It was funny. He's taking it very seriously. And I go, it would be like this. It would be like that. And he goes, what's the female perspective? I go, I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm just a woman. So
wait, so every man thinks alike? So that means is that
And he was trying to be feminist about it, and he was like, so it would be a feminist show? I'm like, I guess it would be a feminist show in that you guys don't give women shows, so if I had one, it would be feminist.
Right.
But it would just be me.
Did you say that?
Yes, I said, pretend I'm a person. I got that frustrated.
Right.
We left, and the guy said to my manager, I'm not sure. He's like, I love the show, but it seems more like a CNN show, like a serious show. She goes, it was a comedy bit she did. But he was so taking he was in
he can't even go there. He can't even
so seriously thinking if a woman if a woman comes in, we've got to be serious and feminist, and I'm like, I can't anymore.
Shut the fuck up. Women need to take over. It's our fucking turn.
I mean, with
# go fuck yourself.
Pulling people out of their office, because that's what's going to happen is Louis and Harvey Weinstein. The lesson that no one's going to learn is fucking support us so that we don't
the thing that I had such mixed feelings about Louis is he did hire women. There's a woman head of his production company. He was.
He did, and he was very helpful to me with some advice once. But he also fucking said crazy shit to me. And I'm scared of him.
Right. Now,
do you think he did that as a cover so he could be like, look, I hire women? Because I heard rumors about him, and I started to think they weren't true because he hired women. I think that was a ploy.
You think it was a ploy? I think he doesn't.
He's not sexist.
It could have been.
I don't mean he's not sexist, but he's not. He thinks women are funny, not because he's
right. I think he. Yeah. Now my sister-in-law is here, Panina. She's a dentist.
You have beautiful teeth too.
You know why she's a dentist?
Why?
Because she had. Didn't you have problems growing up? She's missing most of her teeth, and she had to go to the dentist all the time.
Oh my God,
growing up,
too. I have veneers.
And she became a dentist, and like your dental, like you catered to kids a lot in the beginning, and she would have recipe book. You had such a nice office. She's cutting edge.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we were talking this morning because Panina and Danya, my niece, who I love, they flew in. They're having 4 days of just being in New York, doing whatever the fuck they want.
That's what I'm doing. It's the best.
Right. And so she's like, we'll be there. We land at 5:30 in the morning. Like, they don't realize, they all make fun of me. All she does is sleep. Like, I don't go to bed until 2 o'clock. Like, they don't understand that 5:30 in the morning to me is like, like
9 p.m.
To most people, it's pretty early, but I'm a weird comic. I get up at like 6:30, but I also
great. Thanks a lot, because now I'm gonna fucking listen to that one.
No, but I wouldn't go to the. I wouldn't go to the airport.
Right. So they get up at like 4. They're fucking mental. No, she just so you know, I have to buzz them in. So I was like laying there. I'm in REM sleep. I'm so fucking REM sleep, and then boom.
outside for 4 hours.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, so we're talking this morning, and Panina is very evolved, and she said she doesn't think there should be any gender.
What does that mean exactly? Because there are body parts that are different. We
right.
Define that as gender.
Go ahead.
You don't have to be anything. You don't have to be a boy or a girl.
Yeah.
If you want to dress in a dress one day or...
Oh, that's how I feel too. Yeah,
but
that's why I love Bowie.
Kid, and they're born and they're a year old, and it's a boy. At some point, you're gonna make the mistake of saying, "Wow, you're so strong." And if you have a girl, at some point, you're gonna say you're so pretty. So you shouldn't have genders because everybody could be pretty.
I agree.
And everybody could be strong, and everybody could do whatever they wanted.
I guess it's too late. I should have
She
thought
said
about
everybody
that
should
earlier.
be. Oh yeah.
No, but it's like everyone should. Yeah. Could we hear that, Patrick?
Yeah, but it's in the background.
Right.
I have a thing for very short, skinny guys.
Rewind
and
and
people
turn
are
up
like, "Are you
your-
a lesbian?" I'm like, "No." What's manly about it to me is that they
It's the
don't
androgyny.
look. Is the androgyny?
Right.
Yes.
It doesn't mean I want to be with a woman. If I were the woman, I would just be with a woman. But I want to be
Right.
with a man that's like this. And they're like, "Is it because you want to overpower him?" I'm like, "No." Again, like, and it's
Shut the fuck up.
Everything is
And
because we.
I know.
When I love that look of like a Bee Gees really low cut shirt, but like no tits, and so I love.
Right.
In all my specials, I've tried to do a low cut thing and like push my boobs down.
I love those bell bottoms in your special. I love that look. It's very 70s. Yeah.
Not like a. And so people
Right.
go, "Why don't you have cleavage?" And then I'm like, "Because I hate that look."
And it's, but also it's like,
But I'm
what?
trying to
Where did
look-
cleavage come from?
But people were very angry about my outfit, men in this special. And they,
I love that outfit.
Like the man repeller style, as they say in the
Oh,
fashion industry.
fuck you,
And
you
they would
fucking
go,
ass.
"What's
It's
with
not
those
about
pa-
that."
What's with those pants?" I go, "Oh, you couldn't see the shape of my body in them."
You know what? You could market that. The man repeller. I bet a lot of women would buy it.
No, it's a real thing. It's
All right.
exists.
Okay. So listen.
Yes, we talked too
All right. Before we go, I have to discuss a couple of things with you.
Oh, wait. One thing really quick.
Yeah.
I do have a good Holocaust joke that's in my special.
It's not as good as mine, but go ahead.
It's just a quick one-liner, and it's probably...
But I do love that. Is it the tattoo one?
I just say my friends...
Yeah, that is a fucking brilliant joke.
I said
my friend's grandfather survived the Holocaust.
Because he was a Nazi.
Because he was a Nazi. I mean, that I fucking laughed at that.
I probably didn't make that up. I Googled it. I'm like, there's no way I made that up.
All right. I know. I love that. Yeah, I love that joke. Okay. Oh.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So.
Oh, you're Jewish now.
Yeah. So I get great comfort from you on Tweetar.
Thank you.
Because as my family here can attest to, I hate him. He's done something to my psyche.
Yeah.
He's
changed me.
I can't fuck. I mean, and as someone who went through the AIDS crisis and, firsthand, and the fact that we have fought so hard and this is what I can't fucking believe. I can't get past, and everyone's telling me to get past it. Like, Judy, you got to get past that he mocked a fucking handicapped person. That he
get past that.
It's like, Judy, or that he's like, I can grab a pussy and I can, or that he has been and that he fucking the Khan family, what he said to John McCain, the how racist what he said to Lewis, Senator Lewis. How does he get the fuck away with this shit?
And he's brainwashed my parents. Now they love him. I'm like, what? The 80s, it was we hate Russia, we hate
I
Jews.
can't.
I'm like, what? I got really mad at my dad this Thanksgiving. I'm like, you're literally abandoning me by supporting him. Do you understand? You have all girls.
I don't know how you could. Yeah.
Well, that's why
abortion.
My dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just like, and they don't talk about it. They're not bullies. It's just the fact that he likes it.
Right.
But he's 79. He's hit his head. I think he's in
Right.
dementia. But whatever.
Right.
I could be talking.
But I have to say he has definitely had a very profound effect. Like, I cried.
Yeah.
Did you cry when he won?
I got dizzy.
Remember we were
Oh yeah, that's right. And when she the following morning,
I never watched it. I can't.
When she said, "I want this just to every little girl out there, you can be," that was it. I was like, look, hate her, hate her as much as you want to fucking hate her.
But if you do,
if they were not people and they were two papers, this is a robot and this is the robot's qualifications, and this is a robot and this is that robot's qualifications. There is no fucking comparison.
None. And I love her, and I came out of the closet about it. Like, no, I actually love her.
Yeah.
And it just
the hatred for her.
Your tweet about you liking her murdering people, I thought was hilarious.
Oh, thank you.
And,
I got paid Russian trolls after me, but you
Yeah.
know the thing is like I love her so much. I couldn't watch the speech. It was so upsetting. But my therapist said to me that day, women realized you actually can't be whatever you want.
Right.
It's a collective breath.
Wow. Yeah. It doesn't. Right.
Hate us
so much.
They don't care. They hate us. We don't belong. We thought for 1 minute men's egos would be right sized. A woman would be empowered. They hate us now. But in this weird way, I feel like we're in this Armageddon fucking. I'm not like, it's good he won, we're having a revolution. I don't mean that. They still would have been investigating how well she was president, and all this would have come to light anyway. But that's the good news in this, is that it's going to come to light, and people are. I do believe that now everyone can see how bad it is. But I also hate the idea of like, I've got these young guys on Twitter like, why don't you run for something? Women should run. I'm like, don't tell me what to do.
Right.
My role in society is comedian. Don't go overcorrect and be supportive. It's not my job to clean this shit up either. Don't go, women should run. Why? Clean up your shit. Fuck you.
Yeah. Right.
Fuck you all.
And don't tell us what the fuck to do and what the path is. Because we've been on this fucking path and it's fucking doesn't work.
No.
And the clown throughout history has always been the political voice of the people.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I think I can reach more people as a comedian than I can fundraising and everyone digging into my past.
Absolutely.
And I'm sorry, but...
my kids are like, why don't you run for something? And people always say that to me, and I'm like, do you have any videos of me like saying the word cunt and fuck? And like it's gonna be like, but it doesn't seem to matter because pussy grabber.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, now it does. Because you're a woman. Again, you can't say that.
Right. You have to be a feminist.
I really hope Franken doesn't resign. I really fucking hope. I'm just over it.
But he did.
Well, he's may unresign.
Right.
We'll see.
He's the scapegoat, 100%. Sacrificial.
Because the Bernie part of the wing influenced those Democrats to be purity. So that's all it is. That guy needs to be stopped.
And his wife, and they should have, and they were
investigation by the FBI.
I know.
His supporters don't care. They're
right, and he should have been out. God. You know how Hillary got out when Obama won and was like, I give you this and I will support you. He fucking couldn't do that for her.
What? The day that they had that crazy Russia meeting on June 9th in Trump Tower where Paul Manafort was giving them talking points, that's the day that Obama took Bernie aside and said, you fucking better concede. And he didn't. And he said something positive about Trump that day. Like, they're not together in this.
Right.
I know I'm going to be validated someday.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to be in a psychiatric hospital. But either one I'm ready for. I promise you we will see that he had connections taking money from Russia to disrupt. I promise you all. And I can't wait. I'm going to go naked outside and shit in the street, pour champagne on my head.
And that's why she's a perfect couple, yeah! We asked our... 2 questions to our every guest. Well, first of all, will you come back? Because I feel like I have 1,000 more things.
I'm back in January to do Caroline, so I'll come back.
Oh, okay. I'm at Caroline's tonight and tomorrow.
You are?
The 22nd and 23rd, yeah.
Oh my God, I have nothing to do tonight.
Oh, well, you should go to Caroline's and watch my set. It's at 10, yeah.
She'll be sleeping.
Do you have an 8 o'clock?
No, Gilbert Gottfried has the fucking 8 o'clock.
Who cares about him?
I love.
No,
I think he has the 7:30. All right.
I just said that to be funny. I don't know him, and it comes off.
You don't have to apologize.
Well, because if people
Gilbert
listen,
gets it.
All right. So I know the answer to the first question.
Okay, yeah.
The first question: we're very pro mental health here and pro medication. I know that you have been on antidepressants, and so
I'm back on.
And you're back on. Congrats. Yes, you did take a break. I'm actually going off of one.
I was on Prestique.
Oh, yes.
And I don't need the serotonin as much as I need the dopamine one.
Right.
So I'm on the Wellbutrin now.
That's what I'm on. I'm on Wellbutrin. Oh, yeah, I'm on Wellbutrin right now.
I love it. Just 150 millis.
Yeah, that's what I'm on. And I'm getting off my Paxil because it's called Paxon. And then my sister-in-law does not believe that I gained 30 pounds from the Paxil.
Oh, no, you absolutely did, because I was starting to gain weight from the Prestige.
So shut the fuck up.
Me more depressed.
Right.
Because it fucks with the hormones.
Yeah.
And it's not so much like, oh, you're craving sugar, but then you are too.
Now, and then I think I know the answer to this question. The final question is, what pisses you off to the point where you're like, I can't fucking, like, makes you fucking crazy?
Small talk at customer service when they think that small talking you is going to make the job better and they're fucking up the job. Right. They're small talking.
That Lisa hates that too.
And how's your day going so far? It's 4 a.m. and it's dark. You just picked me up. There's no so far.
Right.
I don't know. I've been awake 10 minutes
and you just missed your exit.
Okay, perfect thing. I checked in my hotel yesterday. They're like, do you want wine? I'm like, no. I just got off a plane. I'm dehydrated. I don't feel like drinking at 3.
Right.
I love wine, but wine with food.
Right.
Not right now with wine.
Right.
But we have wine. I'm like, that's great. That's a great thing that you offer. Right now, I'm trying to ask you a question about the floor I'm on.
Right.
And wine, I'm like, okay.
Weren't you on Drunk History?
Yeah, well, they don't know that.
Yeah.
Then the guy goes, anything we can get you. So I'm going up to the room. How about a hot water kettle or a tea? I go, oh, that would be great. I drink hot water all the time. I go, yes. They go, we'll send it right up. 3 o'clock, 3:15. I call down. Is it coming? Someone else answers. What do you want? A hot water kettle for tea?
Oh God, I can't. I gotta my blood pressure.
And they go, we'll see if we have one. I go, no, they told me. Okay.
They offered it, you fucking cunt.
3:30, 3:45. I call again. Someone else answers. What is it? I'm like, I feel like I'm going insane. You guys told me you had one. I didn't make this
right.
up. So then now, we'll be right up. Now it's 4 o'clock. I have to get in the shower and go somewhere. And I'm neurotic. I call down and go, I'm sorry to be crazy. You said you're going to bring up this tea kettle. I'm about to take a shower. Can you leave it outside the door? They go, so you want some tea? I go, Finally it comes. 2 hours later, and I called down and I said, I'm not complaining. I just want to let you know that thing you offered took 2 hours. Just get it together.
FYI.
So then I get in there. I go, why is there no Christmas decorations in the hotel? And the guy goes, I don't know, maybe people aren't in the Christmas spirit this year. I go, it's a 5-star hotel in Manhattan. That seems weird.
Right.
It's not the Christmas.
Right.
Did they have a meeting at corporate this year and explain to you why no decorations?
Like nothing?
He goes, were there some last year? I go, yeah. And he goes, maybe you don't remember where you stayed. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's me. And he goes, well, it is my first week here. I'm like, okay, so it never dawned on you.
Yeah, right.
This whole time you don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
So anyway, just the small talk. It makes me crazy. And then when I complain about it, people go, you're out of touch. You rich bitch. I'm like, rich? No, I don't want nonsense.
Right.
But when women talk about it, we're cunts and bitch. And
right.
when Seinfeld talks about, genius, and
right.
small stuff and the thing. So anyway.
Right.
But
how's
your day going? There can't be silence. I'll talk to you, but talk about something important.
Right.
You can talk to me, but like, hey, do you think you'll get cancer? I'm like, oh, I don't know. We'll talk.
Yeah.
I just don't know. What do you do for a living? Being asked what I do for a living is so rude. Why are you in town? Who cares? Why is that your business?
Okay, I'm just going to say one thing, and then...
But we're done.
Yeah. So at Thanksgiving, I'm sure this will cause a lot of problems in my family life. I go to Sharon's, my ex's.
Yeah.
And it's because I want to be with the kids, so I'll do anything to be. So, and she's generous and always, she's like my mother Shiva was at her apartment. Like she's great. All right. Yeah. So Sharon, it's her girlfriend and the girlfriend's family is there. And then that's one end of the table. And the other end is me, the kids, Elisa, my girlfriend, Sharon's cousin, Shauna, who's like our housekeeper / best friend, and we're all at the other end of the table. And then so we do the whole, what are you thankful for? Annoying. And then you can totally relate to this. So we're sitting there cutting the turkey, and Sharon's girlfriend's mother says, so Judy, where do you get your material for your act from?
Oh, who cares?
I wanted to fucking take the fucking carving knife and stick it in my fucking, I don't
want to talk about this with you who doesn't know.
And I don't, right.
Question.
But it's like she was trying to be nice, but it's like, right. But it's just like, I don't want to talk about work.
No.
Like when a fucking person calls me from a newspaper and says, "How'd you get your start?" No! Do your research.
Right.
You know?
Yes. And they always think it's going to be some interesting story. It's
right.
Like, I went to a thing. I mean,
I was at the bodega and something happened.
That. Whenever people go, they're just trying to be nice. It's like, guess what? Learn a different way to be nice. You could say, Judy, I am just so fascinated that you do stand up. I'm sure you talk about it all the time, but tell me something.
Right. Nice. But it's like just not being aware of, like, she probably, doesn't want to talk to, yeah.
And also, where are you getting... And
she's a lovely person, It's like, yeah.
I dislike her.
Lots of lovely people are sleeping. That's why they're lovely.
Mm-hmm. You mean dead?
No, like sleeping, like asleep. Like
got it.
I can't believe you're not going to fucking come to my show because it's at 10 o'clock.
Do you have an opener?
Lenny Marcus.
How long does he go on for?
I'm not going on till 11 at least.
Well, listen, I slept about 2 hours.
What?
I have really crazy insomnia. So I'm
oh no, sure. It starts at 10. I'll probably go on around 10:45, 10:30.
Jen would like to go, but she's hesitant to commit to it because she doesn't.
It's fine. You don't have to go.
I was like, oh, tonight I'm going to get a minute at 9. But then again, I might not. Maybe I could nap.
Right. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you look so sad. I want to see you. So
anyway,
able to just get a comp and walk in.
I will tell them you might come in because you're part of the perfect couple. Yeah. Woo.
Be like who? What?
No, I'll tell them. You're going to be there in a fucking couple weeks.
I'm nervous about comedy clubs. I still feel like an outsider. Even though it was last week.
Jen, I can't. First of all, thank you to Danya and Panina for sitting here.
It wasn't my fault. It was
and being supportive. Was it?
Late.
Did you enjoy?
Really fun.
They enjoyed.
I loved meeting you.
Jen, you have to come back.
I love you.
I love you. Let's
can't
talk.
believe you love me.
Let's talk. Like we should fucking.
Yes.
I'm not kidding. We need a third though.
I'm
JJJ.
busy, so don't ask me.
You're what?
I said I'm busy, so don't ask me.
Hey, guess what? No one was.
Oh, good.
Patrick, great having you back.
Oh, thank you.
No interruptions. I think, for the new year, but,
I'm just listening, yeah.
Yeah, Patrick's good.
Yeah.
Seth never gives us our numbers either. Seth,
I'll start doing that again in the new year.
Yeah, whatever.
Ratings.
Yeah. Jen, where people can find you at?
JenKirkman.com.
Your books?
At Jen Kirkman.
Same thing, all at the website.
2 books?
2 books on Amazon.
2 Netflix. People know you from Drunk History, but I didn't bring it up because I know that's not your favorite,
Yeah, it's like I got drunk and did some things, but I had to stop doing it because people then think you're a
right.
drinker,
That's right.
I'm like, no, I'm not.
Push wine on you.
This is how much of a drinker she is. I don't know if I can make the 10 o'clock show because, I just got here. What time is your show? I mean, you're a comic asking me, what time? 10 o'clock?
When I'm on tour and I find out my shows are at 9, I'm like, no. I had 2 glasses of wine last night, and it's like took me under like a tidal wave. My hormones are changing.
We have to buy wine.
Mine too.
Because I'm running out of red wine. All right. Anyway.
Bye.
Jen, thank you so much for being here. Happy New Year, 2018.
Yeah.
Hennessy, maybe you'll finish your fucking transitioning here.
Just as horrible as 2017.
Yeah, you will?
Might happen.
Because that mustache is shit. I don't like that mustache.
I'm documenting it.
I'm having people.
He's got a little peach fuzz above his.
I do have a little
peach. Are you going to get more?
It's coming in.
Yeah.
Like
a little
full
bit
beard,
more.
do you think?
Kind of like how my dad's grows in. I'm assuming, he's
so
got the
you just keep taking
genes.
more testosterone?
Well, I take an equal amount every week.
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
just
and
to
then you have to
balance
do it
out my
forever.
hormones forever. Yeah. But when I get my like ovaries and uterus, I want to get those removed eventually because they're just sitting there to collect cancer. I'm not going to be.
I'm here to collect cancer cells. I'm a perfect couple. Oh yeah.
Do you feel like bouts of rage taking testosterone or no?
Not at all. In fact, they
That's what I would assume.
found out when they were giving it to me. I had a blood test after my first shot, and they were like, "Oh, this is like 1,000 times more than what it should be." And they took another blood test, and it turns out I had extremely high testosterone than any female should ever have. So I'm like, oh, I guess that makes sense. So no, I'm not really dealing with the mood swings or anything. I already have those. Like I've already been horny my whole life for like kind of like
disgusting. Don't want to hear about your horniness. So what?
My testosterone, which clears up my skin.
All right,
nice.
So I'm sort of trans too.
Wow.
There you go. Hey, welcome.
And I'm 6'2", so everyone thinks I'm a guy anyway. So there you go.
A trans knee.
Yeah, and I have a fake knee, and it's a male knee. They fit me with the male knee. It's a trans knee. Okay.
See, you guys,
so
we are
funny.
That's one of my jokes.
Oh my God, it's so
stupid.
I hope people aren't like, that's offensive.
No, it's please. I got in so much trouble in Brooklyn the other night, Sunday night. I do a whole thing about LGBTQ, I, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Like, I have a whole thing about the fucking labels and I can't take it anymore. And I got a tweet that's a whole big part of my act now. Someone, I just want you to know I use the pronouns they, them. And after, I hope you know how hurt I was. And I felt I didn't feel safe in that space anymore. It's like, oh, shut the fuck up. Seriously?
Yeah. I don't know. You know what? You are far beyond
All I've done is fight for your right to be called whatever you want. And I can fucking make fun of it, okay? They is plural.
I agree with your sister on the non-binary identification and that we shouldn't, whatever genders, whatever. But it's like there needs to be some sort of like transition into that. I feel like just let me relax for a second in my own skin and then I'll be it. There.
We're going to go eat. Yeah, thanks for being here. Yeah. All right. No, thank you all.
This was awesome.
This was so much fun. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Danya and Panina.
Thanks for waiting.
And as we always say, so long!
Everything was wonderful. I'll see you soon. Thank you for the visit. So long.
You can have it all. Great pay, awesome benefits, a flexible schedule, the chance to grow. At Cox, we're recruiting auto and diesel technicians to join our Mannheim and Fleet Services teams. If you're ready for a new job and want to experience an award-winning workplace, drive your career forward with us. Visit cox.career/autotech to learn more. That's cox.career/autotech.